Alrighty, fanboys and fangirls, as you guys know, Apple has announced their brand new September event. We've got the email confirmation. September 14th is the date. And in today's episode, I am going to spend the full episode talking about the September event. I am going to give my thoughts and opinion and give my final predictions on what products I think we're realistically going to see. And judging by the time this upload hits, John Prosser may have already hit his video, but I am going to give my predictions and takes. So with all that out of the way, let's talk about the September event. Now, real quickly, of course, as I just mentioned at the beginning of the episode, John Prosser has made a big fuss that he will be revealing things about the event on his episode of Front Page Tech. But I am literally filming my episode as we speak at, I'm going to just show you right now. And I'm not even exaggerating, guys. It is almost 1 in the morning on September 8th. It is 12:43, and by the time you're seeing this video, you're probably awake to go. So I have no idea what John's gonna say, and I'm going into this with my own opinion. This is just what I think we're gonna see. So please take what I have to say with a grain of salt. But if you've watched my show, and if you've watched how I've been covering the leaks and reports, I've been mostly following in a non-opinion based route and going with more strategical and more reliable news sources when it comes to the September event and future releases. Now we got that all out of the way, let's talk about the event. So the September event invitation kind of gives us an indication of what we're going to expect. If you look at the invite, it does show us a nice new glimpse at Apple's new join us for a special event. And we also see the new hologram of the Apple logo infused with a nice background of images of color. Now that little color detail is probably teasing the new iPhone 13 color. They're saying it's going to be similar to the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra's copper color. So we can see that the blue will probably fade into that copper color. So we'll have to wait and see. But of course, let's talk about what we can realistically expect. Now, as you know, every September event, it is no secret, there is always going to be iPhone and Apple Watches. So let me get that out of the way before we talk about the obvious of what's to come. So starting with the iPhones, let's discuss the 13 mini, the Pro, and the Pro Max. Now, I don't need to go into any more detail. If you guys have watched my previous episodes, you will know that I've already talked about these models in greater details. So I'm going to give you guys a quick version, but basically we can expect all 4 models to come out. No surprise there, a 4-year-old could have guessed that. But taking a look at the models themselves, we can expect that the whole iPhone lineup is going to be shaken up. We can expect the Pro and the Pro Max model to get the 120Hz Pro display. So now you will have buttery smooth gameplay, footage, everything that you've wanted from your iPad Pro will be coming to the iPhone in the Pro models. We can also expect the full redesign that we have been waiting for, especially with the iPhones with that big notch. It's not going to be the major redesign that we wanted, but it's definitely a big significant redesign in terms of that notch size. Taking a look at the phones themselves, we expect bigger batteries, of course, internals with the new A series chip, and of course, they will expand upon and continue with 5G build out with better integration of 5G in smartphones. As we've talked, they will have the X60 modems with a hybrid kind of custom-made modem. And lastly, with the 13 mini and the 13, we can realistically expect those devices to continue selling well and come in a variety of choices with a nicer display. Now, taking a look at the price points, if I had to be an honest guess, I honestly am going to tell you right now, I think they're going to stay the same price, although I would hope that Apple lowers the price of the mini, because I think for $699, that phone is just not the right price. I think it should be at least $599 to $649 maximum, but I don't know if Apple's going to go that route. And of course, the Pro and Pro Max models will retain the $999 and $1,099 price point. Now, there are reports saying, rumoredly, there are some saying that the Pro Max model is going to drop the port in favor of MagSafe with stronger magnets, but we're gonna have to wait and see on that because that was a little sketchy when I reported that. But that's everything we can expect with the iPhone 13 lineup. Basically the gist of it, with a little bit of that sketchy rumor of the portless iPhone starting in the Pro Max. Of course, we're gonna see them on the 14th, and then some YouTubers will get their hands when Apple sends out the models. But what else is new in September? Next up, of course, the second obvious one is the Apple Watch. Now, the Apple Watch has been a big favorite among fans because this is the first time in a while that the Apple Watch is going to get a brand new redesign and refresh. So I've already again discussed the Apple Watch. I don't have to go into details, but taking a real quick brush up, we do expect that it will have the nice redesign similar to the iPad Pro and of course the iPhone Pro Max models of the 12. We can see that there will be new displays. They will be coming in new sizes to accommodate for a bigger screen. And of course, the price point will be around the same as your Apple Watches, with special edition watches coming. But the one thing to take note of with the Apple Watches, which I discussed in yesterday's episode, is how many is going to be available on the market. Because we do know that Apple is having trouble with manufacturing display panels for these watches, and the manufacturers are saying it is a hassle. So there are rumors saying, according to Mark Gurman and others, that the watch models might be limited in resources and might be limited on release. So we're gonna have to wait and see how Apple will position the launch dates of the watches, but I do think they are gonna push it, because if there are production issues with it, I think that we have to take those into consideration. Next up, of course, now that we've gotten out of those, now we have to discuss basically the wild cards of the event. Now, some people are saying that these wild cards are rumored, and I say they're rumored for a reason. Now, of course, I don't know what John is going to reveal in his episode, and I'm sure he'll reveal it in his episode today. But again, this is my opinion based on Ming-Chi Kuo, Mark Gurman, and other analysts of the YouTube field, and also in the tech field, mostly the tech field. So I'm not basing this off of John Prosser, but I'm not denying if he is reliable or not, because he has proven himself time and time again. But based on my opinion and based on everything that we've seen, I think the next product that we are going to see is the AirPods 3. Now, I've covered the AirPods 3 in its entirety, saying how Apple will be replacing the budget end with the new redesign, which will basically just be the Pro model without the silicone ear tips and active noise canceling. It'll be a more universal fit for everybody, more comfortable, a lot smaller, and most of all, more affordable for users if they want to get an AirPod experience. Now, I think that that's going to be one of the main standouts of the event, because we know for a while Apple makes some dummy mock-ups from reports and leaks. We've seen images of the AirPod 3s, the schematics. We've seen everything about these headphones. So I have no doubt in my mind that we are going to see the AirPods 3. If I had to bet $100, if I had to give you guys my biggest prediction, the one where I don't look at analysts, I don't look at anything, if I had to really guess, my next bet is going to be the AirPods 3, because we've been hearing about them for a while and we do know that Apple plans to release them. Now, the last wild card that I will throw out there before we finish up today's episode is, of course, the possibility of an iPad. Now, reports are indicating that Apple is, of course, going to refresh the iPad mini and, of course, enhance the 10.2-inch iPad. However, the question is, which of these models are we going to see? Are we going to see the 10.2-inch? Are we going to see the mini? Or are we going to even see an iPad in general? Now, I want to say that they might throw in the mini or the iPad 10.2-inch, because they did do that last year. So I'm willing to bet it as a wild card. I'm putting it as a wild card because while it might not actually happen, it's not off the table because of last year. So I'm willing to bet on a wild card that we might see an iPad, but I'm not willing to bet $100. I'm willing to bet maybe $25. I'm just giving you a realistic experience. So that's the wild card. The AirPods, Apple Watch, and iPhone, I think we're gonna see that. And then in October, we're gonna get the M1X MacBook. We'll then probably see more iPads and products. And then I think from there, we'll go from forward and see what Apple does in 2022. So overall, to round up this episode, the Apple September event is literally only a week away. I, of course, will be giving my breakdown of the event after it finishes live. I will go live on my channel, so you may want to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss when I upload that, and also be a part of the live stream because you can interact, ask me questions, whatever. But looking at the September event, honestly, it's like the same every year. And I know a lot of people get mad that people are hyped and excited for Apple events. Well, there's a reason why you would be excited, because truthfully speaking, and I'm being completely honest, the production value that Apple does is tremendous. They make these events fun, entertaining, and intuitive, especially when you want to learn something, and also you get a lot more information. And honestly, if I'm being honest, I just don't care for all the cheering and the random woos from people. So it's really a breath of fresh air to just see them do this, filmed, pre-recorded, and just edited to people. And the September event, again, is going to give us what we've seen in the past, But of course, at the same breath, we're going to continue to see Apple evolve, and we're going to see how the lineup progresses. And it all starts in September as every year. So I don't think there's too much excitement, but I'm not going to say it's going to be a boring event. I am definitely looking forward to it. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. Are you excited for the September event? Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. As always, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, you can hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my videos as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next episode. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care, stay safe, and peace!